So we know that Disney Plus is looking to spend big money on developing top franchises as streaming service TV shows or possibly even movies. Let's talk about a big rumor that's been making around really for the last month or so, and it seems to be getting more and more traction as the acquisition of Fox is right around the corner. And that's the fact that the X-Men are apparently looking at a very vibrant and very big future on Disney's streaming service. So when it comes to the X-Men, it's not just the X-Men that's your franchise, right? You know, you have Wolverine, who I keep saying he's going to be a standalone character before we see him in a team-up, right? You have the core X-Men brand. You can have X-Force, Excalibur, Extinction, X-Generation, X-Dinosaurs. I don't know. You can have X whatever. It's the X-Men. What haven't they done with that brand, right? You really can focus on it. You're going to have Deadpool and everything. And X-Men as a core brand, you can't oversaturate the film market with just countless X-Men movies. That doesn't make sense, right? Like, they don't do that with anything. The way Marvel has done it, it's like you got to strategically put out new characters that are different than what's come before and make sure that nothing too similar is close to one another, right? So, like, for example, you're looking at Black Panther, and then you're going into space with the next movie. And then the next movie is a comedy heist, right? With, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp. So you have to balance these levels. X-Men, imagine if in the same year they come out with, here's Deadpool 3 or Deadpool MCU, and then here's X-Men, and here's X-Force. Oh, and then the next February, here's Excalibur, something. You're going, X, and then like, oh, here's Wolverine. Like, are you going to spend 2 years just putting out X-Men movies and ignoring everything? Probably not. That's a bad marketing choice, especially that you want to make a lot of characters that aren't big household names. So the rumor is suggesting Disney Plus is looking to invest $50 to $100 million on these premium series, as they're doing with The Mandalorian and such, to actually build up the X-Men or X-Men brands as part of this plan on Disney Plus. And realistically, doesn't that make sense? I mean, if you're going to have the core X-Men, let's say the team of 5 or 6 teenagers, and they're doing the movie, on the other side, you can have the school, or school element, or something like The Gifted, where they're more, you know, just mutants surviving and how they're uprising and showing up, how they're fighting oppression and things like that. You kind of span out. And who's to say something like X-Force isn't realistically going to be a series like that? Maybe they don't want it as a movie because, once again, there's too much X-Men. You're going to have Wolverine, you're going to have X-Men, you're going to have Deadpool. That's already 3 mutant characters you're putting out in film. You can't have more. That's already running out of too much room. And on top of that, you still have to account for all the current films that aren't finishing up a trilogy that are going to have to, like Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Eternals, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man. You know, there's so much out there. And then you're going to add Fantastic Four and other things. X-Men can't use up 3 years worth of content in 5 years. That's just not how you do business.